Yes, there we go. So, session 15! 15 sessions you've been playing this game. 15 sessions you've been making a name as the lights of Lumen, the light people.
You'd be
the
dead
people.
by now and call me.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, there you go. We've surpassed it. Good job, people. Last session, you were fighting an Otyug, big sludge monster, big poop muncher down in the sewers. Wasn't very nice. There was lots of grossness, and you're all covered in sewage still, I believe. But you fought well, with Celia tanking a lot and people fighting from afar, and managed to kill it. Yeah,
Are you based on a Notyug, a big poop muncher?
having now been to Ali's flat in Brighton, and having come back to my cave, yes, I have to believe I am, in fact,
Sorry, you
an
may
Otyug.
proceed.
Covered in sludge, you return to the surface, spotting a load of slime, mucousy slime, nearby. You investigated it and found a single green scale, which the nature inclined amongst you identified as coming from a very large reptilian creature, perhaps a dragon. And you recalled hearing the rantings and ravings of Cord Madugli about his family being eaten by a dragon. Skrick decided to gather the attention of the public by doomsaying from atop the fountain in the central plaza of Sea Spray, proclaiming about the danger of the dragon, and was fairly swiftly hosted, not really, engaged with by a different crest captain to the one you met before this one, a tiefling woman, still red eye, red of skin, white of hair, who took Skrick to the militia house, the seawall house, and discussed what was going on, and Skrick made a good case, and so a posse is being gathered for dusk, but you decided to jump ahead of the posse to go down into the sewers once more and search, whereby you found the lair of a dragon. A dragon with a very slimy snout, and a companion to the dragon, an orc by the name of Armitage Funnelcake. All around them were scattered slimy books, which you had been asked to collect before by the manager of the bookshop up in the Lane of Wonders. But you discussed the situation with the dragon to various degrees of effectiveness, but did, through kindness and honesty, managed to convince the dragon and Armitage that they should go exploring up north and leave the town of Sea Spray for now. After this, you went to the house of Charisse Cloudfeather, managing to kind of trick your way onto the Gilded Isle by saying you were going to be meeting with the Baroness, who's already been stood up by you once. And this time again, you kind of ditched that and instead went over to the house of Charisse Cloudfeather and have now broken in. There were some other little bits and pieces. Skrick paid off Patty, I believe, as Patty was very annoyed by Skrick's gremlin friend, Soggy Bit, upstairs.
Soggy Bit got moved as well.
Soggy Bit got moved, dropped off at the warehouse. We'll see how that's played out whenever you go there next.
Can we have Soggy Bit in this session, please?
It depends, but quite possibly.
Yes.
And you checked in with the Detritus Jones Incorporated, Limited Incorporated. I can't remember your Detritus Jones Enterprise Incorporated crew. Silas had been doing some silly things, but it was all fairly in order. And also, as you went to break into the house, Evil Broadbelt was clearly seen on the roof. And as Skrick picked the lock, the lock seemed to chew up the lockpick, spit it out, and shout out that the guards had been alerted. Skrick bolted to the entrance of the sewers that you'd seen Charisse use before, and squeezing through, jumped down, and is now back in the sewers, in the Otyug pit, while Celia just took the initiative and kicked the door in. And so we find ourselves now, beginning of session 15, stood on the threshold of Sharice Cloudfeather's house, while Skrick is down in the sewers. Now, Skrick, I have to ask first of all, what is your plan down in the sewers?
He'd get out the sewers
Mm-hmm.
the way he came, because he's been down there before.
Yep.
And then he wouldn't go immediately straight back. He'd want to watch it for a while to make sure. Well, he'd want to go to the area, see if there's any guards around,
Okay. He's
work out what happens
cautiously.
to everyone.
Yeah.
Cautiously returning.
Okay. With that in mind.
But he'd probably take a while to get back.
Yeah. Completely fair. With that in mind, the rest of you, Morrigan, Celia, Primrose, you are stood on the threshold of the House of Sharice Cloudfeather, which you have been in before. You were invited in and spoke with her in her little living room. What would you like to do?
Get in there. Start looking around. Start
Go
poking
home.
around.
And see Soggy Bit.
Just any
So-
signs for where she might have gone, or any
like,
anything
other
that's out of the
locations written
ordinary,
down or something?
Mm-hmm.
or any correspondence, or also searching
Anything
for any like
different?
hidden compartments or doors and stuff like that, or trapdoors maybe concealed beneath rugs.
Okay.
Mm.
So as you step in to the home, you're greeted with the very well upholstered, quite lavish homestead of Sharice Cloudfeather. Scheme of dark woods, plush leathers, and foresty greens lend the place the feeling, alongside the trophies on the walls, of a hunter's kind of lodge mixed with a country estate. Without her in it, and without your previous kind of wonder in the conversation of speaking to her, Primrose, all the kind of more sinister stuff going on now, it feels a lot less welcoming and a lot more kind of looming over you. But you begin to explore through. Let's have a little look, see. So you step through the kind of entrance hall and begin to make your way through, looking for secret compartments and such. In the large living room area, you see a fireplace, a number of tables with plants, a comfortable seating area where you sat before. There's a door on the other side of the room and another door nearby. You do notice that there is the remnants of a fire crackling in the hearth itself.
Mm. Okay.
Is there any
it-
documents in there, perhaps?
In this room, there does not seem to be any documents around. You have a quick sort of search through, but it's...
I more meant in the fire itself, like as she tried to burn anything.
Ah, I see. You inspect the fire and kind of look around, and you do not see any scraps of paper. The fire is fairly low burning, though you see this pile of logs next to it. If you wanted to build up the fire, you could, but no, doesn't look like any papers been burned or parchments been burned at the moment, at least.
Okay.
Are you spreading out? Are you heading to different rooms, heading through doors? What's the plan?
Yeah, spread out.
I don't know if we should. She's probably
no.
got. I would assume she had this place trapped out. If if the door was any indication, although it
Yeah,
was
it's
seemingly not very functional, but I mean it had a trap on it, right?
Yeah, true. Stay together for now then. If I guess you already looked for papers. Didn't you? Is there any anything from the ruins in here?
Yeah, there are bits and pieces kind of mounted on the wall as a collection of shards of green glass that have been positioned to look like a kind of starburst. It's quite pretty. All the different pieces look very much opaque. They've lost their magical essence, having been separated from the rest of the green glass. But there is evidence of bits of green glass taken from the ruins here, yeah. But it keeps very well with the kind of green motif. Seeing as Natalie already said that you guys were kind of looking for any secret stuff, could I have everybody's perception modifiers, please, so I could do some rolls, some secret rolls.
11.
So
Jesus.
11 for Primrose.
7 for me.
7 for Celia.
Primrose will also ask Morrigan if she senses any magical stuff.
Yeah, Morgan will check it out.
Okay.
Ye-
And
Sorry,
what is
Tom,
Morrigan's
I-
perception
I-
modifier?
I only just realised I wasn't actually on it, so it's just loading
That's
currently.
alright. I'll have a little look for you.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're all good.
The character, it's just the character sheet is loading.
Cool. Got it.
What is it?
So,
What is it?
I believe it's gone up to 7 now.
Oh.
I might need to modify it on the smaller character sheet. No, it's 6. 6. So you look around. Yeah, Morrigan, as you begin to detect magic, you do ascertain there are sources of magic within this room. A couple of torches on the wall seem to have a continual flame kind of enchantment to them. You recognize this now. They just kind of burn continuously in a magical sense. But a main focus of magic seems to be the fireplace itself. You get a sense of magic from there.
Okay. Is it from a particular direction? From above? From below?
Difficult to
It's
tell, not
probably-
being able to sort of go below. The spell just gives you a sense of whether there is magic around you in a
Okay.
30-foot aura. If you could find stairs to go upstairs, you could kind of test if it was upstairs as well in a similar position. But as it stands, you're kind of on the plane of the floor at the moment. But it definitely seems to be the fireplace.
Oh, there's something about the fireplace. Does Revna smell anything? Anything unusual? Any people?
Tom?
Yeah, I just rolled Revna. Revna sniffs around, and I think the biggest thing that Revna would pick up on is that there has been a lot of movement. Revna would kind of pace around and sniff the floor and follow a singular scent in multiple trails around the room. And I would say that Revna would notice. So you'd sort of see Revna pacing the room, going to one of the doors. So there's a door that you came from out into the entrance hall. There's a door to an adjacent room and a door on the opposite side. But you'd also notice Revna sniff to the base of a wall, where there doesn't seem to be a door.
Could I knock on the wall?
Yeah.
Tapping around.
You tap around, and you do notice that the area that Revna sniffed to on the wall seems to be different in acoustics and tapping on it or knocking on it from the other areas.
Would there really be anything nearby that might indicate some sort of lever?
I'm gonna do a
Perhaps connected to the fireplace? Since you mentioned that was magical.
No clear lever. You kind of look around. There is a lot of stuff on the walls. There's a lot of these trophy mounted heads or parts of creatures that have been hunted.
Could Primrose try and use the green glass?
How so?
Just try and if it goes into anywhere or slots into anywhere or
It's
triggers anything.
Yeah, it's strange. You kind of knock on, or Celia's knocked on that area of the wall, and there's definitely a different acoustic sound, but you can't find any little gaps or holes or levers or buttons or anything like that.
Okay.
There.
What about, is there a bookcase?
No bookcase in this room,
Okay.
but you have only explored that one room so far.
Yeah, let's go have a look at the other rooms as well. I think.
Yeah.
So if we
Okay.
can get
So
direction from the detect magic as well.
yeah. So you start exploring through as keeping safe as a group together. Sorry, go on.
Could you describe to? I just want to draw out a sort of a map of what I imagine the house to look like.
Yeah, I'll even give you. You guys are on this screen.
I can do it in paint to save you doing it any time.
Oh, cool.
But I was more just a
yeah.
description, like sort of. So from the door, what did we see?
So you entered. Basically, the house has this kind of jutting out entrance hall. So you opened the front door, and then you walked down this entrance hall, and there were two doors. You took the right door, as it was familiar to you. That's where it leads into a large living room.
Okay.
And in that living room is a door. Like if you're stepping through that door from the entrance hall, there's a door immediately to your left, like along that wall. And then there's a door on the other side of the room.
What, to the sort of straight on from you?
The opposite side. Let me.
Or would it be right as we came in?
I can draw on here as well. So you came in through the entrance hall, and then you went into kind of this space. There's a room here. You came in through a door there.
So I'm the GM there. Oh no.
Now you should be able to see it. And there's a door up here, and a door down there. I'm doing them as like intersecting lines. And then the suspicious, sniffy, different sounding wall is here.
Oh, sorry, well, I didn't see the drawing until just a second ago. Is this the entrance hall?
Yes, that's where you
Okay.
came in at the start.
And so there's another door over here.
There's a door going into a room there.
Right.
Like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
There's open, unlocked, not open, but sorry, unlocked doors that you kind of step through, and you notice a lavish bathroom, tiled floors in white and green, a large wooden tub for washing, windows looking out outside that some of the kind of early afternoon sunlight is streaming in through. You see like a cupboard which you open and see there are like folded towels and such inside, and a number of different pots on the side which Revner would pick up on immediately, but I think you all would, have fine scents, and you kind of go over to them and you see salts and soaps.
So would this be
Fine
back here?
smelling things. No, this is up here. Oh god, I shouldn't have drawn that.
But is this a door here on the other side?
Yes, that is a door that
So
you haven't gone through yet.
So that's next to the kind of hollowy wall, so maybe we should check
Indeed.
that out.
Yeah, let's go in there.
Yeah. You go in there and you open it to find a short, thin room like this. I drew that a bit too big. That has a set of stairs. Finely carpeted green carpet stairs.
Going up?
Yep.
What if I knock on the wall sort of here to the left as I sort of enter?
Feels like a normal wall as you go along there.
Okay.
You don't get the same sense as that other section in the room before.
Yeah.
And there's also a door in the bathroom
Could
going
I
further to the south if you wanted to explore that as well.
could I check this wall for like any signs of traps or anything?
Yeah, you check it over, you kind of run your hands along. It's frustrating. There's this clear scent from Revner and sound from you knocking on it. It definitely sounds different.
Could I
But there's no visual marks at all. There's not even like a very thin seam showing like a doorway or anything. It's just a flat wall.
could I take the sort of butt of my sword and sort of try and knock a small hole in the wall?
Yeah, absolutely. You can roll an athletics check for me.
Okay. 20.
20 on the dot. You go up and you hammer against it with the butt of your sword, and there's the sound of wood cracking, and it does give way ever so slightly. I'd say you've broken a very small hole, and you can now see that it is a door. You think, rather than the rest of the wall, which has the plaster over it, this seems to have been like an illusion maintained magically that has now been kind of disrupted by you breaking. You can't see much inside. There doesn't seem to be a light source or windows or anything, but a kind of gloomy room is on the other side.
Primrose has the light spell, right, Hannah?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I do.
Could we like light up a coin and like flick it through and then
Yeah.
allow?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Excellent. So with Primrose's magical ability, she concentrates on the coin lights, and you toss it through the little hole that you've made, and ding, 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 you see it kind of bounce along the ground and roll a little bit. It looks like wooden floors on the other side, similar to the rooms you've been in so far. Yeah, I would say you give the coin like a good throw, and you watch it like skid across the floor, and then it just disappears. But from what you could see with the light, you saw an empty room, wooden floors, plain walls, and just before the light disappeared, you caught sight of a ladder.
Was it going down the ladder?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and get in this room then, probably.
Do we not want to look at the upstairs and the other rooms first?
I mean, it seems like a pretty good place to start. I don't know. We could.
Well, I just wanna- if there's anything upstairs that we need to see, we might as well have a look.
True.
Well, I'm going upstairs.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
follow.
Yeah, you head upstairs, carpet muffling your footsteps as you head up, creak of the stairs beneath your feet. You get to the top and you see that there's one room, and it's open. There's not even a wall blocking it off, and it's the whole size of the building. This almost like one large attic, but it's been made up as a very cozy looking bedroom, but very large. There's a fine looking set of instruments held along one side of the wall. You see kind of sheet music in a big rough pile near the instruments. You see a very large bed that's more like a nest than a bed, a load of different pillows and duvets and blankets and such. The ceiling has been strung with fine green fabrics that hang low, giving this area an even more cozy kind of feeling to it. No windows anywhere. It's very dim up here, but with the light cantrip, you're able to illuminate and see all around you.
Does the floor look stable?
Sorry?
Does the floor look stable? You said it was more like an attic-y area.
Yeah, the floor looks stable. It creaks a little bit, but I would also say you hear, not very loud, but you occasionally hear footsteps on the roof. As you remember
Roof.
that
Yeah.
Grix
Yeah, that guy.
employee is
Oh,
currently
I've-
thinking he's being a sneaky man on the roof.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Would have thought you meant Charisse.
No,
Yeah, just
you-
gonna go have a quick rummage through the drawers, see if there's any keys or anything.
Yeah,
Look
you
fancy.
rummage through the doors, you
Mhm.
find kind of personal bits and pieces, some small pieces of jewelry, some clothing. You find letters of commendation and admiration, kind of like fan mail, in one of the drawers as well that seem to have been kind of shoved in there. But nothing damning or suspicious in particular. The
Anything
bedroom feels
about-
very functional.
I think if we're gonna find anything, it's gonna be down in that fucking ladder. Because
Oh, 100%. I'm just seeing if there's like anything else at all.
yeah, no, I
Like,
know.
Yeah.
But I think she's
other locations or anything.
more what I meant.
Yeah.
I feel like she's sort of purposely keeping this very kind of like
Clean. Yeah,
functional and just kind of like, yes, this is my house.
Yeah,
Serial killer.
okay, yeah.
It's not. It doesn't. From what Tom's describing, it feels very unlived in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like it's kept in a constant state of, yeah, as it is. I will say, as you had the idea before with testing kind of up and down with detect magic, you from being higher up, you definitely discern through Morrigan's cantrip that the magic's purely coming from the fireplace on the ground floor.
Okay. Yeah. There's no magic up here either.
No
Okay.
magic up here, no.
Okay.
None whatsoever.
Cool. No
Was,
other locations or anything noted
The
down?
fireplace, Tom. Where was it in relation to that and to this wall?
Let me go back to that screen. It is. I'll do the little fireplace in a red color. Fireplace is up there.
And it's lit, you said.
It is.
Could I try putting it out?
Absolutely. How are you doing so?
Do we have any water on us?
Primrose. Cast spell at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Water erupts, steam hisses and billows up through the chimney. Seems to be a working chimney. And also a little bit out into the room as you kind of waft it away from your face and look, you see the fire is unchanged.
It's like an ever-burning fire, probably.
Yes.
Could
Well, I will say you'd know that normally ever-burning fires don't produce heat.
Oh, interesting. Could we... Is anyone good at Arcana?
No. I think Morgan is, isn't she?
I think Morrigan's definitely proficient.
Could Morrigan do that? I think there's one that Sin used to do quite a lot where you can identify a spell.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was just looking. I'm super proficient in Arcana. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I can't remember what the action's called, but I know there's some sort of exploration action where you can identify magic.
Yeah,
Learn
take
about
some
a magic item location or ongoing effect. You can also use nature, occultism, or religion. So if anyone's good at those stuff.
Good at nature.
I don't know
It
if
will occupy the individual for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I
She
think
could have been doing that while ruffling around, maybe.
yeah, that makes sense. I think to do that whilst we were maybe searching upstairs, if that's okay.
What's your modifier for Arcana, Morrigan?
8.
8. Cool. I'll remind everyone that you will have a hero point as well. Yes, I'll say then as you come back down, you see Morrigan with Revna kind of curled behind her, looking at the fireplace. She's been kind of meditating next to it. And Morrigan, you come to realize that this is indeed not your typical ever-burning fire spell. There's heat coming from it. You think there's almost like a... Back in Rain on the Roof, your time spent with your ancestral people, the Eternal Elves, they often have a close connection to the elements. Something about this is connecting to that for you. There's like a feeling of elemental fire. You know that there are alternate planes where certain elements are kind of in ascendance, the plane of fire and such. And the fire here feels magical and elemental. It's almost alive in itself.
Well, she communicated that.
That's not good.
Nope.
Could be some kind of monster.
Yeah.
Could we maybe... I don't know. Could you cast some kind of damaging spell on it? Unless someone's got anything else, I don't know. Don't know why.
I mean, technically, Spout already kind of did that.
Oh, true.
Um,
Try again, maybe with something different.
I feel like it might have a trigger, like if we go down the other bit,
Yeah.
or if we find the entrance, like the proper entrance. But
Is there any way
Maybe
we
see
think we can contain the fireplace? Maybe like push something in front of it? I don't know.
Maybe. There's a lot of furniture in the room. It is a large fireplace. It's beautiful.
Is
It's
it
like white
wooden
marble,
furniture?
and it's sculpted in the shape, the kind of shape of an owl. This kind of
Mm.
beautiful owl's visage with these hollow eyes. Sorry, Kieran.
Back in Scooby Doo, there's definitely people looking through those eye holes.
Is it wooden furniture?
Yeah, there's plenty of wood in the room.
Well, I mean, is all the furniture wood?
Yeah, covered in leather, but it looks like the structure of it is built wood.
So it wouldn't stop a fire monster. Or it'd burn down their house.
I'm more concerned that it's a trap to burn down the house in case someone goes in there. So
You don't know the house.
I think could we yeah, but I think if we're trying to find some evidence, and it's really bad if it burns down that evidence. So it could. Is there anything we
We've
could?
already kind of looked around. There's no evidence in the house that we can see so far.
I more mean if we were to go down, it might trigger some kind of thing to burn down something below.
Yeah.
No,
I have mage hand. We could send the hand down there and see if it sets anything off.
maybe. I'm more thinking if there's any ways we can maybe disable this fire. Do we have, or this elemental?
I don't have anything to disable stuff.
All right, Atala.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I mean, I've got a cold eye and dagger.
The bathtub was full of water.
Oh, that's a good
We
idea.
have this blast.
Yeah. Bathtub's not movable, is it? Unless it's on
It's-
wheels.
It's definitely not on wheels. It's a massive wooden tub, and it's filled with water. It will be insanely heavy. I'm just letting you know that you have seen that.
Is there any containers around the rest of the house, like a bucket or anything?
Yeah, as you kind of go around looking through each of these unlocked doors, I'll draw it further on here. There's another room down here which looks to be kind of a performance chamber. Two very large windows made of beautiful glass reflect the sunlight and look out over the canal that goes round behind Sharice's house, along with like a little viewing bench. And then through that, there is a long parallel room to the one above, though it is strangely shaped. It's shaped like this. That looks to be a dual-purpose kitchen and dining room, and in there you will find many kind of buckets and jugs and
Could we
all sorts of containers.
jug some water and see if that turns off the fire?
Yeah. I mean, you do that. Primrose going to stand there spouting at it.
So is there a sustained effort to kind of douse this flame?
I
from all
think
of
so,
you?
yeah.
Okay. As Primrose begins to kind of concentrate and continuously summon this water, and steam begins billowing out, and the Morrigan and Celia are throwing containers of water, sloshing them in there. More steam doesn't seem to douse this fire. The fireplace does begin to rumble and shake in its housing, and you see. I'm going to change the music. You do begin to see, as it shakes, this large fireplace kind of shakes itself out of its housing. The wall around it kind of cracks and crunches, and the marble begins to shift and move. The aperture of the fireplace itself kind of tenses like a mouth, and the fireplace lunges towards you as it animates, and fire lights in the eyes of the owl
Cool.
above it. Yeah, I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative for me, please.
Yep.
Let me move you over to the encounter map. I will
How far
drag
away
you out.
is it?
Crick's quite far away, isn't it?
Rick, still pretty far away. Yeah, I'm
Well-
kind of mentally keeping track of that. I'll put Celia in the room.
He's just in the garden whistling to himself and being like, "What a cool rock!"
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's running up from the sewers.
And also, he was gonna give it a half an hour before he decides to go in.
Yep.
Oop.
Had we healed at
So-
all? I don't remember much.
You definitely healed a bit. I think Morrigan is on more than that.
Didn't we? We would have healed to full, surely. I've got like unlimited healing over here.
Yeah, that's true. Then yeah, put yourselves back up to full. I'm happy to say we did that. My brain.
Can't see my health bars for some reason when I'm. Can anyone else see them? Might be a roll
I can
20 glitch.
see-
I can see Morrigan's and yours and Revna's, but I can't see my bars above my token. I'm just wondering if you can.
I can see your green one.
No, it might be a roll 20 issue on my end. Let me reload it.
Right, let's get this turn order going. Kieran, you will actually be taking part in this fight, but not for the first
Oh,
round,
okay.
and not as
Cool.
Scrick.
Sweat.
Yeah.
But yes, if people can roll initiative for me, please.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had to reload roll 20.
Where's that person that we've been bringing along this whole time? Did we drop them off?
And Gwilyn as well will be there. They'll all be there.
I think she got left at the pub in the basement.
Oh,
Oh, kick Trin.
Yeah,
You guys tell me.
I think that's where she'd be.
From what she's seen you guys do, she's not in the business of trying to like do anything that you haven't told her to do. She's doing as she's told. But you would have Gwilyn with you. And you would still have Lorik with you.
Oh, that's such a cool new token.
Okay.
Will.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
Was that AI bar, Hannah?
it was one of them. Yeah,
You might have shown me already, but I don't remember.
I did. I think that was your favourite one as well.
I can see why it was my favourite. It's very cool.
Right, you guys have done really, really well figuring this out and handling it. So this fight is going to start quite differently. So I'm going to immediately take away a load of this thing's HP because you've just been chucking water into it. So that, let's call it, yeah. That. Very nice indeed. So. Yeah, and you notice that even though the flame is lower, the body of this thing is the marble of the fireplace, and it's like gonna hurl itself towards you. So it is going to move its first action to here, and then it is going to use. Yeah, it's going to use its 2 remaining actions to bellow soot. So as you've doused the flame so much, it almost coughs and splutters this huge, you hear the sound of like grinding stone as it coughs out this huge cloud of soot. A 20-foot emanation from the creature. So I think it would have actually moved right up. So 20 foot outwards.
Hits everyone, I think.
Yeah. So there's no immediate damage to this. No one needs to roll anything. But it's a thick cloud of soot is up around you. Everyone inside it, including the creature, count as concealed. I'll remind you the whole concealed thing is you can act normally, but
Roll
there's
a d20, right?
Exactly. Roll a d20. If you roll less than a 5, your action misses whatever you're trying to do if you're trying to attack someone within it.
Can you
And also,
use
if you
hero
begin your
points
turn
on
in the
that?
cloud, you have to make a fortitude save. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And I need to roll a d4. Let's see how long that's gone. Okay, cool. So, make a marker. It has used its bellow soot ability. And I'll mark that on the thing. But, Primrose, it is your turn.
I missed completely what it did.
It coughed out like this huge cloud of soot. So in that area, you are people count as concealed, and anyone who begins their turn in that cloud, which includes you, must start their turn with a Fortitude save.
Oh, okay. Yep. Fortitude save. Yeah.
What'd you get? 21. That is a pass. You are fine, and you are immune to the effects of it.
She will run back over here. And she's gonna...
Yeah, very nice. And you'd note that it does not attack you. Doesn't seem to have opportunity attack abilities.
Nice. And she's gonna cast... just a cantrip for now, I think. More spout.
Mo spout.
Damn it. Oh, that's alright.
Just drawing on the size of the smoke.
It's a save and throw.
Oh damn! Nice damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done this wrong. I have to redo that.
It's got 2d4 now.
Oh yeah, got
Oh, hell yeah.
heightened.
Cantrip's leveling up. Reflex save.
Surely these things aren't very.
He gets a 15. Failure takes full normal damage.
Hey.
10 water damage. Very nice. So, with that damage, you would note, Primrose, that the fire in the fireplace is pretty much completely doused. There's just this kind of like hot coals and steam rising off them. But it's still going. The marble is like pulling itself. The fireplace itself is still pulling itself towards you guys and attacking. So it seems like it's not just the fire that keeps it alive, but yeah. Gwilyn. Need to check something. Oh, fantastic. Actually, this is a crucial point. So as Primrose jets this water towards the fireplace and it hits it, it almost seems like this is perfect, that the heating and the cooling has caused the stone to kind of crack, and you see pieces of the marble tumble down. As this thing is like an animated object, it did have an extra hardness to it that has now been broken. It now counts as broken, and it's easier to hit damage. So the only thing I need to change is that. Boom. Very nice indeed.
Can you move through your ally spaces, Tom?
Yes, I believe so.
Because it's glor.
It might be difficult terrain.
Yeah, fuck. That sucks.
Have a little look, see. Move through. Nice. Yeah, nice. Moving through a creature space. You can move through the space of a willing creature. Oh no. No difficult terrain or anything. You can just move through.
Okay. Could I ask, because it's Loric's turn next, would I be able to ask him to move up next to me?
Yeah, for sure. Gwilyn will just be safe.
Or if he's got enough movement to get here, I don't know.
Yeah, he could stride, and then hit it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect if he can get to a flat flanking position.
Absolutely, you call out to Loric, and he's like, alright. Gwilyn will use Archer's Aim with her remaining 2 actions, so she gets +2 to hit with this. That's still going to be a miss, don't even need to roll the concealed thing. Loric's turn. 25 feet. And then he'll attack. Flanking. Ugh. Even with flanking, that does not hit. Just kind of bounces off the marble. But it is now your turn, Celia.
Can I delay my turn till after Morrigan's and ask her to nudge fate me?
For sure. Morrigan. Morgana.
Yeah.
Celia has called out, asking for the nudge fate.
Yep.
Cantrip. I'm going to return you to full health as well, because I think you guys are right.
Have we been doing the fortitude saves?
Oh, you're totally right. We have not. So that is Gwilyn. Thank you, Natalie. Much appreciated.
And
Fortitude.
would I have had to do that when I delayed, or?
Gwilyn actually passes. No, it would happen at the start of your when you take your turn.
Okay.
Lorik. Oh my god, everyone's doing really well. Passes. And then, yeah, Morrigan, if you could roll a fortitude save for me, please.
I don't know where to find it.
Are you using the new character sheet?
Oh, I found it.
20 passes as well. You guys just shrugging off the soot. Nicely done. So you're fine. No effect. So one action to nudge fate.
Second action would be Aqueous Blast.
Very cool. And then third action to shoot it.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah, make that ranged spell attack roll.
How do I do that? Oh, is it just
if-
spell attack roll?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no. Because it doesn't do anything, it just... is it a
Just-
+7 then?
Is this on the new sheet?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look-see. Oh yeah, it doesn't. That's annoying. I'll make a thing for you for next dash. Yeah, +7. So if you roll a d20 and add 7 to it.
12.
12 is not enough. Use a hero point if you like, or you can leave it.
I'll leave it, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, weaving the magics around Celia, nudging fate forward, and then summoning water and throwing it out, but it just kind of riffles across the marble. No effect. Celia, you've delayed until now.
With nudge fate, does
Yep.
it? What does it do again?
If you would miss a hit or a critical hit by 1, it pushes you over into it.
Okay, so does that apply with those saves as well?
Once during the duration when the target fails an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw. Yeah.
Can you choose whether to use it or not?
I think it happens on the first one.
Okay.
Once during the duration.
I mean, I passed anyway, so that's good. Well, I'll make an attack roll for my first thing then, and since flanking,
22 hits.
10 damage.
Nice.
Yep.
Big chunk of marble comes cracking off of it.
I'll raise my shield. Oh, actually. Oh, could I? Sorry, I just because it's a new ability, I didn't.
That's alright.
Forgot to use it. I wanted to do a power attack, which is my new thing.
Oh, sweet.
So I do an extra
Yeah.
die of weapon dice. So that's a D8.
Yep. Roll that d8.
3.
3 more. Very nice.
And then I'll raise my shield as my last thing.
Perfect. Amazing. The fireplace itself. Bits of marble flying off of it. It simply turns to face you, Celia, and you see the eyes flicker red, and bursting forth from it, a new kind of wave of flames come shooting out as it's going to use its Fan the Flames ability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to do this in a big old cone. It won't be able to get Primrosed as well. So it's going to be Celia, Morrigan, Revna, and Gwilyn all making reflex saves for me, please.
Reflex saves. I'll hero point that.
Cool.
Oh wow, 2 nat 1s in a row.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point mine as well, please.
Yep, that's fair.
Oh wow. Oh no, it wasn't.
Oh, 24. 24 will be a success. You'll only take half damage. The 9 is bad. You're going to take double damage. Revna. I need to do a save for as well. Reflex. Revna critically fails. And Gwilyn. Reflex. Pretty good at reflex. Doesn't critically fail, but it's still a failure. So, I haven't rolled the damage yet. Damage is 3d6 fire damage. Above average. Oh, I did it on GM layer, sorry. It's 13.
That's doubled for me, 26.
Yeah, 26. Gwilyn takes 13, badly. Scorched by it. Morrigan, you pass, so you take half. It's always rounded down, so you take 6, down to 21. Revna, critically failing, will take 26 damage. But you do have your reaction. Let me just check if you're.
Sorry, how many did I take again? 6.
Yeah, I've done it on your
Oh, thank you.
your person. You have on your new character sheet. It's a reaction. How many would take damage?
It's
Yeah,
got 20 as my HP on the character sheet. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I clicked on edit and I was like, oh. So
Oh yeah, that should be
27
not
according to my token.
Yeah, it should be 27, and you're now down to 21. So max. Oh wait, wrong way around. 27. And that's 20. Cool. That should be done now. You had another thing. Another thing. It's not phase familiar. Oh, it's if you have the protect companion cantrip up. There's not much point in phasing familiar. There's enough damage that it will it's going to knock Revna out whatever happens. So yeah, with the flames gushing over you, you see, I'll say Revna kind of leaps up in front of you to protect you, Morrigan, and disappears in the gout of flame. But you know that Revna will return to you next morning.
Thank you.
And that is its full turn.
How does he come back?
He appears.
I
It's
assume
definitely
that,
happened to you before.
assume that he would retreat into the tattoo, right?
Yeah, you could have it be that. That's pretty sweet.
I'll
But
have a think.
he's not allowed to come back out again until tomorrow.
Maybe maybe the tattoo disappears and it slowly redraws over the course of the day.
That's pretty cool.
Just a suggestion. Oh,
With
right.
I mean, it's just flavour, so.
the cone of fire, you see some of the flames beginning to crackle on the ground.
Yeah.
Primrose, it's your turn.
Primrose. She will. Hang on, I was trying to find the bloody jump rules and I can't find them. I mean, I think I can jump anyway. I can jump over this, whatever this is here, to get to Gwilyn.
Yeah, if you tell me you've got your leap, your crazy rabbit leaps.
Yeah.
You
crazy rabbit
bound
leap,
over
jump over there.
the burning sofa.
Yep. Just gonna give Gwilyn a berry.
Very nice.
I think. Yeah. Yep. Have a berry. I think she needs to eat it herself though.
Okay, so she has a berry. I'll make a little red marker on.
That's it.
Very nice. She will absolutely eat it, because that really fucking hurt. How much healing does it do?
It's not a huge amount. Let me have a look. 1d6 +4.
Oh, nice. Do you want to roll it?
If it'll do it.
9, nice.
9.
Yeah, and you see the kind of flash burns across some of the exposed parts of her skin kind of soothe and go back to their normal complexion. She smiles and thank you, Primrose. And she is gonna... She doesn't want to get hurt. She's gonna move around here. Essentially, she's gonna spend her turn moving into the corner and taking cover behind this. So she's got standard cover now. That is her turn. Kieran,
Yeah.
he's your employee. I'm not going to show you his character sheet because I want to keep it hidden from you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the rest of you hear a sound as someone comes tumbling out of the now broken chimney. As
Amazing.
Evil Broadbelt appears on the scene. Oh, this is taking me so long to find this cover thing. Cover.
Dies from the fall damage.
No, he seems to have scraped his way down. A very sooty, young, quite handsome, kind of tously, wavy haired guy comes bursting out of the fireplace.
If Skrick had died, that would be quite a good entrance for Kieran's new character.
I would not play that guy.
No, I know you wouldn't, but I'm just saying.
So Evil comes bursting out, ready to kind of save the day,
No, he's
or
not.
case the joint.
Case the joint.
What's he gonna do? His
Well,
initiative is 19.
Can I see him on the thing?
Oh, actually, yeah. Let me give you. So you can see him. Evil. Can be controlled by Kieran.
Yeah. Comes down chimney. Gives this room a look. Sees giant fireplace wandering around.
Yep, and stuff on fire and people fighting it.
Climbs
What
back
doors
up
can
the
he
chimney.
There's a door over on this side. A door over on this side.
He knows nothing about this house, does he?
No, he's been going around on the roof trying to figure out how to get down, and his genius plan was eventually to go down the chimney.
And he will move there.
Okay.
And then he will move through this door.
Yep.
As he's looking to make most of the distraction. Does he use an action to open the door?
Yeah, I'd say 5, 10, 15.
So I guess he'd get to there.
Yeah. Very nice. Lorik is going to, now that he's in the right position, he's going to use... Yeah, he'll use his snagging strike ability, which just makes the target flat-footed if he hits. Nope. And... Oh!
Rip.
That does actually hit. It misses the AC, but when you get a critical hit, you technically upgrade the level of success by 1. So he gets a normal hit, dealing 4 damage.
Nice.
Bonk! It's just wailing away at it, and does manage to chip some stone off. Morrigan, your turn. Would you like to sustain Nudge Fate?
Yes, please.
Cool. 1 action to sustain Nudge Fate.
Mhm.
Continues on Celia.
Mhm.
2 actions remain.
I'm just looking.
Oh, and I need to do this.
Wait,
Oh,
wait, what's his face in the chimney? Come
Yeah, I just
down.
did it.
Oh, yeah.
He failed his fortitude save, so he is actually sickened 1. So he goes like coughing and spluttering off through the door over there. Oh, and I need to do we've all been needing to do, but it's my fault for forgetting it. The D20 is to check if we hit.
I enjoy that he's so bad. His name is literally evil.
Evil. Evil!
I read what I read, Tom.
Thank you, Natalie. So yeah, that's absolutely fine.
What is
5 or higher.
5 or higher? Okay.
1, 2, 3, or 4 is a miss. 2 actions left for Morrigan.
Yeah.
You got the classic telekinetic. Will you do something else?
Could try and put these fires out if you know a way.
Going.
Yeah, you guys brought loads of water into the room, so you don't need to go and grab more. If you want to put one of these fires out, or just take an action for each of the fires.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Get rid of 2 of the fires, 'cause you got 2 actions left.
Yeah.
The 2 nearest to you. Very nice.
D23s. Killed it.
Very nice. Celia, your turn.
First action, I will attack.
Oh! Don't roll less than a 5.
Keep forgetting to power attack, but I did mean to.
Yeah, I believe you. We're all getting used to it. But roll that flat cheek.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. Got a
Damn
fatigue.
Very nice. So, roll critical damage, and then up to you whether you want to roll 1d8 and double it, or roll 2d8 if you prefer that.
Can I just keep the crit damage that I had?
Double that, yeah. So
Yeah.
24, and then an extra d8.
2.
Double that, so 28. Celia, with your power attack, how do you finish off this creature?
Nice. Just slam down and it just crack. I just imagine the owl face cracking down the middle, and then the lights in the eyes just going goo.
Flicker and give way as the
Bit.
marble.
Bit how 9000-ish.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And with that, you guys very handily defeated what could have been a nasty opponent.
Yeah.
I'll check us back to our sea spray music. I'll keep us on the map if you guys for exploration and such. I wasn't using it before because obviously you give people a battle map, they expect a battle. But I assume you put the remaining fires out.
Yes.
Very well handled. That could have been so much worse.
If anyone is going to go after Arn, then he'd basically be running upstairs looking for anything of value. Get out the window, because of basically what was happening downstairs, and it was too hot for him to handle.
There's definitely valuable things upstairs for Evil, but there are no windows upstairs.
Oh shit. Well, I'll let you deal with whatever happens when he finds something and comes back down.
Yep.
I think Primrose cares, to be honest.
Do we know him?
No, never seen him.
No, none of you do. A guy, a fairly roguish-looking figure, tumbled out of the chimney and just went running off upstairs.
We should.
No, but we did see him when we came in, though, because I think Scrick pointed him out.
No, I don't think Scrick did. I think he just made a mental note of him.
Oh, well, I remember waving at him, though.
Yeah, I think there was some kind of contact.
But
like, I don't think Scrick explained him or anything, but there's you definitely saw him, yeah. Because I remember Primrose waving at him as well.
Okay. Yeah, but Primrose doesn't care, to be honest. So,
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think
put the fires out.
Celia would be like, "What the fuck? This guy just fell out of the chimney."
Yeah, he was hanging out on the roof for some reason earlier.
Should we not go and apprehend him? Maybe he's working for Charisse.
Oh, if he's stealing her stuff, could just, I don't know.
He might be spying on us.
Maybe you can stop him if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stop the fucking guy who I don't know. He's fucking working for Scrick. If Scrick didn't explicitly say,
Yep.
so I'm gonna go up to him and just be like, "Oi."
Yeah, you go upstairs and you see him just like he's tossing clothes out of the chest of drawers and it's like shoving stuff into his pockets.
He's trying to destroy evidence.
You call out "Oi!" and you see his shoulders kind of tense, and then he slowly turns around, like spinning on his heel. He doesn't look armed at all. He doesn't seem to carry any weapons whatsoever. And as he turns, he like has his hands up, and he's just like, "There doesn't need to be any kind of a problem here. Just trying to make a little money."
Can I try and sense motive?
Yeah, for sure. +7, I believe you said
Yeah.
before. Yeah. This guy seems like a chancer, a young criminal who probably hasn't had anything blow up in his face too much yet, so he's still pretty naive about the world. Seems honest and like he was just trying to steal from a wealthy person on the Gilded Isle.
She'll sheath his sword then and just head back downstairs and just say, "Enjoy."
Oh, yes. So you'd hear him kind of moving around upstairs, grabbing stuff. Is there anything you wish to do in the immediate aftermath of the fight?
I would like some healing if anyone's got
Yeah,
any.
let's heal. I'll do a thingy on you. Hold on. Go have some nature. Damn it. What was that? A 1? No, 2.
For the awesome power attack finisher, I'm going to give hero point to Celia.
Oh, thank you.
She'll give you a good berry since that didn't work. 7 HP.
Nice.
And I'll get my good berry back.
Oh yeah, refocusing. So a few minutes are passing at this point. Scrick, I'd say by this point you have made your way up out of the sewers. What is your plan?
Gonna go stake out, watch the house for a little bit, see if there's anything weird going on, any guards.
I'd say
anything to do with the door, anything like that.
yeah, you managed to make your way back onto the Gilded Isle. You hear a commotion inside, and I think you would have probably noticed Evil climbing into the chimney.
Does Evil notice him?
No.
Ah. Well, I can imagine him seeing Scrick and giving him a thumbs up as he just slowly descends into the chimney.
No, this guy is not good at what he does.
I think if he saw the door was broken in,
Yeah.
he'd probably cautiously approach it because the guards wouldn't have broken it. And there was no guards around.
Seemingly not. You will have noticed on your kind of travels back up that there were the same 2 guards at each of the bridges, but they seem to be kind of almost dozing in the midday or early afternoon sun. Perhaps they just had their lunch. One of them's like leaning on a spear and just dozing. They seem to not have noticed.
Yeah, if there weren't any guards around the house and the door was kicked in, he'd probably cautiously make his way into the house.
Yeah. So I'll say kind of after you guys have attempted to heal, done the good berry instead, and then Primrose refocusing, Scrick comes through the door. Let's get you on the board.
Okay, Celia, as soon as she sees Scrick, is just like, treat these burns.
He just walks in and he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" Looks around.
What's up with you?
Hello.
Yeah, thieving things.
Oh,
Looks
you
at the
smell like a
fireplace.
sewer again.
Yeah, made my exit into the sewer and had to make my way back around. Seems like you've been busy.
Yeah,
Little
we've
bit.
been kind of busy.
Yeah,
He looks over the fireplace. He's just like,
that must have been valuable before you destroyed it. Is there anything wrong with the fireplace? Did it do something to you?
Well,
Yeah, it was kind of scary and fiery.
It attacked
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Skunk looks confused.
Well, glad you handled yourself without me. I had my doubts, but you know.
Oh, well, we did miss you, Skrik. Well, I'm glad you're back, though.
Yeah, well, you know, I had business in the sewer, and I was also really scared. No guards came then.
Weirdly, no.
No, not really.
He's going to quickly scan the room to see if he sees anything valuable.
Yeah. Can we do more healing? Or does it just take time?
You can do more healing, yeah. It just takes time. Time passes as you do so.
Yep.
Skrik, there are valuable things in the room, yeah. Many of them are mounted on the walls. You see fine-looking kind of ceremonial or ornamental weapons. You see a beautiful quiver. You see like trophies in the more traditional sense, the kind of metal trophies or plaques, things that have clearly been won in competitions. There's many valuable looking pieces in this room.
What's the most mechanical looking one?
Mechanical, not much. You'd see a very fine looking and quite strange looking crossbow mounted high up above the sofa.
Yeah, he's just going to go up and take it off the wall.
Yeah. You head up, reach up, and you do have to kind of work it out of its housing a bit, but yeah, it's very heavy. It looks like there's a mechanism by which you have to like open it up to then load a bolt to then close it, but then it will hold the bolt in place without needing to like have anything else set. It doesn't look particularly practical or useful, but it's kind of cool looking.
The other thing he's looking for, any
Yep.
books lying around?
No books in this room.
No, no dinner. No dinner for Sylvia.
There's other rooms, but there's no books in this room.
He's
And
still looking hurt, because he'd be like... Anyone looking hurt?
I am.
Celia, Gwilyn a little bit, Morrigan a little bit.
Skrik could walk up to Celia and he's like,
You gotta look after yourself, Celia. Looks like an awful burn.
and he's going to try and do a, medic one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is I just looked up. I don't know if we changed it, did we? Because you're immune for 1 hour.
No, we
So it's
didn't change
a
it.
Very long
I
time.
get them confused with the battle medicine and stuff. So
Battle medicine you can only do once a day, I think.
yeah, but the cooldown is separate for each person, so it's weird. So like you could battle medicine Celia and Skrik could battle medicine Celia, but you'd both be locked out of battle medicining Celia for
Yeah.
1 day,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Whereas the treat wounds is global. So yeah, it's like an hour. But you guys can wait for an hour if you want. It's completely up to you.
Skrik can do it, he's been gone about long, right?
Well, no, it's because
Once per
Celia was
hour,
treated. She's
yeah.
now immune to the treat wounds
Oh.
action for an hour
From everyone.
from
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah. But you could treat someone else if you wanted.
However, I do have infinite good berries, so we can have
Yeah, give me another
Yeah.
fucking good
10
berry.
minutes.
It's a smart way around it. Yeah, just keep refocusing.
It just means good berry, 10 minutes. Good berry, 10 minutes. Good berry. It's a bit tedious, but
Give me a fucking good berry.
there you go. Have a good berry.
That'll do. I don't need any more than that.
No, but Gwilyn does. We'll do one more.
Evil with a
Tomorrow?
bag full of swag, wrapped up in a bed sheet
I mean,
over his shoulder like the Hamburglar.
Skrik could have
is-
treated Morrigan
Eve.
still, right? 'Cause-
Oh yeah, true.
Evil!
Yeah.
It's evil.
And yeah,
Uh,
Skrik could have treated Morrigan, which that would be a success. 2d8.
Yeah. Skrik would look over at Evil and be like,
How's business, Evil?
He'd like jostle the bag on his back and be like, "I'm having a great day, boss."
Yeah, make sure you get some from this room as well. Looks like this place is pretty empty.
Well, all right. I'm just not. I'm gonna have to pour it all down the sewer grate outside.
Yeah, that place is fine. We cleaned it out earlier.
Wait, he works for you?
Yeah, sort of.
She just
well, we
sort
do wonder.
of looks a bit flabbergasted.
Didn't think of it coming here, but I thought it might be useful.
I mean, yeah. Shame he couldn't have gone down the chimney and opened the door for us from the inside rather than smashing it in, but hey.
I like to keep my two pies separate, Celia.
Fair.
You see Evil no longer able to hold it on his shoulder. It's just dragging this massive bag of stuff wrapped up in the bedsheet out the door.
Script could point at some stuff and he's like, make sure to get that!
Alright, boss! Chucks the extra stuff in.
Good.
Heads off.
Nice.
I suppose the guards will have someone to blame it on.
Yeah, they will. And I know where the swag is if he gets caught.
Yeah, they still might notice the locked door, but they didn't seem to care before, but I guess we'll see. Morgan, do you want a good berry before we carry on?
Morgan got healed by Script. She should be up on 27 now.
He might be hungry, Tom. What do you know?
It's true, yeah.
Well, I've got normal berries. You can have those.
Sure, that'd be great. Thank you.
There you go. It just gives you like a bunch of berries in your hand.
Thanks, I feel much better now.
Then refocus, and then this. I think.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah,
is there
probably
just a
best
big
part of an
gap
hour
there?
you've spent now.
Yeah.
There is the wall. There's still enough of the wall left behind it, but it's definitely a lot of it was pulled out. There's just a big gap there.
Nothing
we
behind it. Just
try-
a big gap.
Can we try and
Behind it.
open this door now?
Yeah. Are you just mashing it down?
Is it clearly a door now? I'm a bit confused.
It's like imagine you've broken a hole in the wall, but in that like opening, you see that it's like the wooden panel of a door that you've now broken through.
Okay.
It looks like there's a door, but there's no door knob.
Right,
And
I see.
you think maybe the seam that would be there is like hidden by an illusion.
Okay. So, we basically need to smash it down.
Seems that way.
Yeah, I'll smash it down then.
Yeah, doesn't take too
Smash it
long.
down.
Lorik could help as well. And you smash it down. Opening up this doorway in the wall.
I'll use the defend action, and then if someone else wants to search for traps, then we can head for the door over here.
I'll search for traps. Does Morgan want to do detect magic? I don't know whatever Spirit wants to do.
Scout, maybe?
Script could go
do you
upstairs to look for some books.
There's definitely
think-
paper upstairs. Lots of it.
Fuck, he banged that in his bag, man.
In his bag. Oh, wait, no, yeah, you dropped the script off at the warehouse.
No, bring him here.
So, you step into this small room. There's a hole in the ground that looks like it's literally just been like broken through the floor and a ladder descending down to a stone floor below, maybe 10 or 15 feet down. But as Celia has seen, there is another plain-looking wooden door, but as you open it, on the other side is a lavish office space. Books line bookcases on the right-hand side, or your right-hand side as you're looking in. Next to a big wooden desk that looks suspiciously cleared of its contents on the top. You even see some of the drawers are kind of left open by its side. On the floor is carved in with a light green pigment, but also like dented into this tiled floor is strange circles and symbols around, not hidden or anything like that, just clearly on the floor there.
Oh. Are these? Would we recognize them as anything? Runes or anything? Morgan, perhaps?
Yeah, we'll do a little check for Morgano. What's your Arcana modifier, Morgan? think it's 8. Just checking for you. It is 8. Yeah, Morrigan would see this and would immediately recognize there are different ways to access magical ability. There's academic learning, there's primal connections like Primrose has with nature, working through the divine, but then also there's finally, and this is how Morrigan accesses magic, through more esoteric means, strange rituals, symbols, traditions, lesser known to kind of the mainstream mindsets. Morrigan would recognize this as a manifestation of occult magic, quite powerful occult magic as well, and she, from her kind of ability, would recognize from her own teachings with Rolo and even back in Rain on the Roof, she would recognize this as having connections to teleportation.
Oh. Oh, damn it. Is it okay to go in there, Morrigan? Can we stand on it?
Morrigan would tell you that it needs to be activated. This is like a target for teleportation. At the moment, it's literally just drawings on the floor.
Okay.
So she can teleport
Should we
back
go?
here.
Yeah. Should we look at the desk? Maybe she's got something in there.
Scrick uses his counting feat to work out how many books are in this room.
Yeah,
Like,
for
from a
sure.
glance.
I would say the bookshelves are pretty full. I'd say maybe 60 books.
Nice.
Tom, I think we need to have a word.
What?
That's your definition of a pretty full bookcase.
Yeah.
Depends how big the bookcase is.
I was thinking 3 rows of 10 on each one. There's kind of 2 bookcases side by side.
What are some of the titles on them?
There's loads of different ones. Treatises on music. Many of them seem to be kind of journals, kept like diaries. Others are histories of different places on the Hunter's Coast. You see one that's all about the great houses of Crucible. There's more adventurous kind of ones, far-reaching. The Crumpled Crown Archipelago to the far north of North Hespia, the Walking Woods of North Hespia itself. There's elements talking about Glamoran, Sedistray, the Serrated Isles. There's all sorts of topics here, but broadly the themes seem to be kind of far-reaching geography, history, music. Nothing particularly suspicious.
How many music books are there?
I'd say probably like 15 of the 60, maybe a quarter of the books.
He'll take
music.
5 of the music books.
Okay.
And he's like,
Yeah, no, I miss these. I'll just use them for Soggy Bits breakfast.
and puts them in his bag.
Very nice.
He would put the journals on the desk though, because the journals could be interesting.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
Well, if you want to know what Owlin does with her life, it's all there. I mean, there's something in there.
Could be quite interesting. She's doesn't seem like your average Owlin.
if he looks through the diaries,
Yeah.
is there any recent, or is it dated?
They are dated.
He would try and find the one.
Yep.
That is around the time the light bearers went missing. That sort of date.
Yeah. You leaf through, and a couple of things quickly become apparent. Scrick. There are absolutely entries for those days. There's an entry for every day, and every day has at least a page of writing. It seems like Charisse keeps and a close journal. But the second thing you'd notice immediately is that the words don't make any sense. It's written in common language, Hespian. You understand the words, so I said that wrong. The sentences don't make sense. Strange words put together. You read through, and it's just page after page of this kind of strange writing.
Would he think it might need a cipher?
Yes.
Looks like she's written in code.
Could anyone use the decipher writing exploration activity?
Oh, I was going to ask Morgan if she could do detect magic. Maybe it's magically changed.
Morgan, detecting magic, detects a strong sense of magic from the teleportation circle on the floor, and some magic from the large cauldron, which is in the corner over here, but nothing from the books nor the desk. In the desk, Primrose, all the drawers have been emptied, except one of the bottom drawers on the left clinks as you open it, and there's a load of empty glass vials inside.
Okay.
Could anyone try and do
There's
the?
lots of files in here.
Could anyone try and do the decipher writing or exploration activity?
If it needs a cipher, then is that possible?
I don't know.
You attempt to decipher complicated writing or literature on an obscure topic. Takes 1 minute per page of text. Language. Text must be. The text. What does it use? You attempt the DC is determined by the GM based on the state or complexity of the document.
According to your thing here, it says you can use Arcana, Occultism, Religion, or Society.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this would be an occultism check for sure.
Look, is he good at it? He's trained in it. He's got a 7 modifier.
Yeah, Morgan's good at it as well. You're both welcome to kind of pore over the book and try.
Seeing as Scrick's holding it, he'll have a go.
Yeah. Try and bend your mind around it, Scrick. You piece some words together. One sentence you think means "I like potatoes" or something. You quickly realise that the cipher is, in the immediate sense, beyond you. Perhaps with more time, you might be able to figure it out. But you feel like you need to write down notes to figure it out. You can't just hold it in your mind and do it. But Morgan can attempt as well. If she wishes to. Occultism. Everybody needs to watch that goddamn show. It's so good.
Oh, potatoes!
It's called Over the Garden Wall. It's so good.
It's we've watched it like 3 times now. It's so good.
Yeah, it's not.
Tom,
free,
does this mean when you move you're going to have poo-poo internet?
No, I mean Anya's coming through, right? The internet's been alright, love, right? Hasn't it?
Yes, internet's been fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just when you were setting it up.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you rolled occultism? Love, is it taking ages to come through?
Wait, what?
Thought you were rolling occultism for Morgan.
Oh, sorry,
to
I
try
did
and
not know
decipher
that.
the book.
I'm sorry, I did not know.
All good. Press that button.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh.
You get close. You start to kind of notice patterns in the writing, frequency of words used correlating to common words in normal writing. It's going to take more time. You don't decipher anything yet. You didn't quite hit the DC, but you start to get a handle on it. You start to think of how this might work. You think probably on your next attempt, if you have like a longer evening to spend with this, you might be able to start working through it.
I'm going to start listening out for anything down this hole.
Yeah, you listen down the hole and...
Can I see the coin?
You can. Yeah, I don't think Primrose has cast light again. You see the coin sitting on the floor? the light beaming out around it. It's a stone floor.
Fuck, I was gonna climb down.
You make your way down the ladder.
Does Morrigan see anything with his cauldron quickly first?
Yeah, so the cauldron is magical. There's a sense of magic from it. Peering over into the cauldron, you do see a dark red residue around the base of it. There's no liquid currently in it, but there are these dark red stains that I'll let you draw whatever conclusions you like from it.
Can she do that? The thing that she did to identify the fireplace on the cauldron. Does that work?
Yeah, if she wants to take 10 minutes, like identifying magic, she absolutely
Probably
can.
worth it.
Yeah.
Cool. So for 10 minutes, Morrigan kind of sits down and starts thinking things through.
Would Scrick have heard Evil come back in at any point?
No, he's gone.
Oh, I thought he was coming back with another load.
No,
Oh, shit.
he's poured it all down into
That's
the
fair
hot yolk
enough.
pit,
Yeah.
and you assume probably squeezed through himself because he's got no other way of getting off the Gilded Isle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celia, you make your way down the ladder, and your feet touch on the stone ground beneath. You look around, you kind of pick up the coin and hold it out almost like a little torch in front of you, and
She'd actually put the coin in between her teeth, like
Ooh,
gritting
okay.
it.
Arr.
She wants to have her shield and sword out, so she's just
Very fair.
using it like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you look around, the light kind of cast out from where the coin is between your teeth. This space isn't big. It looks to be a rough-hewn chamber, nothing like the ruins that you saw before beneath the Dark Moon Woods. This has clearly been carved out, and you have to kind of duck down in this space. It's a fairly grisly sight. There is blood stains over the stones on the floor. You see cracked glass and thick red liquid spilled out around the shards of glass left. You see what would recently have been kind of like a little basic knocked together shelving thing on the ground that has been swiftly smashed, now surrounded by blood and glass. And you see a large stone kind of altar in the middle of the space, but it is crude. It's like a crude approximation of the one you saw in the pre-Exodus ruins. No apertures in this one, no space for medallions, but a similar shape and size that's been carved out of the kind of natural stone and dirt in the ground here. And the last thing you'd notice is that it looks like there have been kind of like spiked into the ground are metal loops attached to manacles, like restraints around the altar.
Great.
And that's it, really. It's not a big space.
I'll go report that to everyone.
I wonder when it was last used.
Don't know. You could.
The stains around the altar look old,
They looked old.
but the some of the blood amongst the smashed glass looks fairly fresh.
She might have smashed the bottles. I don't know why.
Do
We
think-
rub off that teleportation circle? Might sneak up on us.
Or we
Oh.
could wait for her to use it, but don't know how likely
Well-
that is.
Did Morgan say it came back here?
That's what I mean.
Morrigan, would have understood that it can be used as a focus point for teleporting.
Does that mean we can make a trap?
That's what I was thinking.
She may not come back here at all. everything's cleaned out.
Yeah.
She left the journals, though. I thought she'd want them if she took so long writing them.
Yeah. Thing in the desk though seems to be cleaned.
We could always cover up this door with one of the bookcases. We could camp out here whilst Scrick and Morrigan try and figure out this cipher. And then
Try and figure out where it goes, maybe.
maybe...
I don't know if you can do Morrigan.
I think it's better
Maybe it's something to do with them crystals.
Is this green, Tom?
Yep.
Yeah, the crystals are green outside there, and this is green. Maybe it reacts to it somehow.
We could try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit too much magic for me. I think Morgan should do it.
You know how it works, Morrigan?
Morrigan, from the previous kind of check, Morrigan knows that this is it can be used as a way to focus teleportation towards it safely. Teleportation otherwise can be quite dangerous. But you don't know. It's not. There is no like magic here waiting to be activated. It's a point. It's like a target for a powerful magic user to teleport to. Without the magic user, it's not. It doesn't do anything.
Would Morrigan know if we disrupted the circle? Would it kill her if she tried?
It would. If Morrigan would tell you that, yeah, if you disrupt the circle and she tries to use the circle to teleport to, it would essentially work as all the normal dangers of teleportation. It won't definitely kill her, but it would be dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, so Morgan says that maybe we should disrupt the circle, and she tries to come back. She'll be weaker.
Yeah, please don't do that. I don't want to die. I can't be bothered to make a new character.
It wouldn't kill us, would it?
No, it would disrupt the person teleporting.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Sorry, I completely misunderstood that. Yeah, I get you.
Or we could...
Yeah, I think we should do that, but we should try and figure out, see where it went first, if we can do that.
No, Morrigan would tell you that you can't. It's not like a tunnel connection or anything like that. This is just a waypoint that can be used.
I think we should... I'm just going to speak out of character because I'm too lazy to speak in character. I think we should try and work out the cipher first and foremost, because that's probably going to have information on where she's actually gone and whether she's
quite like to look
going to actually come back.
She was with the light bearers as well.
Yeah, but I think we could use this area to camp out away from potentially any prying eyes. If we cover the door with a bookcase, then I don't think anyone's necessarily going to immediately look in there.
No.
So...
But what we plan to do?
Well, if we camp out in here, then there's a chance she may use the teleportation circle to come back here. And then we'll be ready and waiting to jump on her.
I really don't think she's coming back.
I mean, it's super unlikely, but it's a good place to camp out anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, we can stay in the cipher, yeah.
Whilst we figure out the cipher. And then if she hasn't come back by the time we've done the cipher, then we could just leave. And then we can disrupt the circle. And then if she tries to use it later on, it can fuck her over.
Yeah.
What about a guards?
Well, hopefully if we cover up the door, then they're probably least likely to look in here. And the fact that your little minion stole a bunch of stuff, they might come in here and see, oh, well, he's grabbed a bunch of stuff and then broken a bunch of shit and then run away.
And there's a secret room with a teleportation circle that he broke into.
Well, if we put a bookcase in front of it, they might not even know it's here.
Maybe. I just don't like there's only... Actually, there's two. Wait, did that tunnel... Was there any way out?
No, it was not.
This house only has one exit. I feel caged. I feel like I'm trapped in a cage.
You would have seen another door here.
Oh, well, let's check that door.
yeah.
So it opens on this side, and you would have seen a room that you would have found if you kept going around In fact, you did. I think you see the
yeah.
kitchen dining area,
Okay.
and it seems like there's a second secret door that exits into the kitchen here.
Oh, cool. We got an escape route. That's good.
I think we should do that.
Let's do that, I think. Who's good at ciphering?
Morgan seemed like she was the best person for it. I think her thing was a plus. Scrick and Morgan are both about the same, is it?
Now, Morrigan can do it. If she's so damn smart, she can work it out.
Okay. I'm sensing a bit of tension here.
Well, no, you worked it out. You said you had the idea, so...
And then he holds the book over to
Pretty
her.
sure that's not exactly what happened, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
And he goes to sit down and takes a piece of cheese off and starts eating. He's like, go on, cipher it out.
Rick, have I done something to offend you?
No, I'm the one who's the mastermind here. It's in my class ability.
I didn't say anything about this. Why don't you give it a go yourself?
Why
I've got too much going on, to be fair. I'll just sit here and eat this cheese.
don't you just work together?
No fighting, no fighting. You can both have a page each.
If you
This
work
is absolutely ridiculous.
if you work together, then you have a better chance of solving it.
I've got to plan my stuff.
And he gets out a piece of paper and starts random shit on it.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Denny's,
guys, you've created a
soothing
monster.
smells, please.
I will say, Morrigan, as well, you were spending 10 minutes figuring out what this cauldron is, and you succeed. You recognize this as a walking cauldron. It's a magical item that can be commanded to follow or stay, basically. And if it follows you, it will walk around behind you. It will always try and remain within 30 feet of you. Or Morgan's pretty smart. I'll say you'd recognize the fact that this cauldron is still here, and as far as you know, it is bonded to its current owner. And if told to follow, it will try and get within 30 feet of its current owner.
Oh shit. Nice.
But we could hide in the cauldron and tell it to follow.
Yep.
Don't even need to hide in the cauldron.
Just sit in it and it'll take us to
It can
I'm
carry
not gonna
up
lie,
the-
that also feels very over the garden wall.
Yeah, it does. You probably put Primrose in it. I don't think it'll take everyone.
Yeah. I don't want to sit in the bloody cauldron though, to be honest.
Can we
Yeah.
tell it to follow or not?
Morrigan knows how this item works. If it is told to follow, it will follow its current bonded owner.
Well, there we go. There we got literally perfect strategy. We
Yep,
wait here
follow
until we figure out the cipher. See where if that reveals anything. If that doesn't reveal anything, then we tell the fucking cauldron to go back to its owner. Yeah, and then we follow the cauldron.
Let's do it. Ciphers.
Yep. Please, before I lose
Okay,
my
then.
mind.
Okay.
Is Script coming, or is he just gonna solve it?
No, he's watching you do it. He's gonna backseat drive you doing it.
Oh, excellent.
Does that
That's the
count?
thing I love
Does that
about-
count as an aid check, Tom?
Sure. Except, yeah, Scrick for his aid has to roll what's annoying people.
I think it says a lot that this is just reminding me of my granddad right now. Don't do it like that.
Performance.
You just do something. No. Oh.
Well, this is the way that I was taught to do it, Script. Do you want to do it yourself? No, no. I wouldn't want to take over.
Yeah, Scrick's trained in everything. So yeah, performance. Roll a performance check for me, Scrick.
Okay. He's alright. He's trained in it.
Yeah, Morrigan gets a +1. And I've rolled Morrigan's check secretly already. So, this is going to take some time. Are people just sitting in
Yep.
this space?
I'm waiting to see if she comes back.
Are you prepping anything about the area?
I don't know any trap stuff, so no.
No, nothing I can really do.
Are you doing your bookcase over the...
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's do a bookcase over here and guard this door.
Have you propped up the front door?
No.
My impression is that you want to give it the impression that this place has been robbed.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything about the fireplace?
No.
Okay. Cool. So you settle yourselves in. There's still food in the kitchen, so you could easily get food from there in terms of keeping yourself fed and watered and what have you. You settle yourselves down, and Morrigan gets to figuring out the cipher. This is going to take time. It's going to take hours. Morrigan sits there, focused, thinking about the words in front of her. Morrigan, you start to see patterns emerging from the text. This is a complex cipher, but you are equal to it. You begin to figure out connecting words, simple sentences you start to draw together. You notice patterns. You would notice repeated phrases. There are references to the grinning vein, which from last session, or it might have even been the session before, you know to be one of the transcended mortals of Hespia, Sulon Sek, seemingly the figure of worship for the cultish activity that's gone on. Yeah. So hours pass. You do, as the rest of you are kind of sitting around, you do eventually hear guards kind of come in and investigate. They seem to buy the ruse. And after you hear some commotion, you'll kind of have to quieten down. You hear people moving around in the main areas. Eventually it kind of dies down a bit as the evening wears on. Morrigan, you figure out a few things. There are references in the journal to the Grinning Vein, to an organization, seemingly this kind of cult, call themselves the Crimson, because Tom likes his alliteration too much. The Crimson Coin Conclave, or the Conclave of the Crimson Coin. And you see references to symbols, which you kind of connect to the medallions that one was worn by Sartre's Valin, the others in the altar before, seemed to be a point of, or like a symbol of membership and devotion to this cult. There is talk in the journal of, exactly, the CCC, of gaining power over others, of the inadequacy of the current state of play in Hespia. There is discussion of other members in Crucible, in Discovery, in Kale's Haven, kind of the other major settlements in South Hespia. You focus, because I know this was something that you wanted to point towards, you focus on the dates around the light bearers. It would have been in the previous month. It would have been, pretty much a month ago. So the dates of the 10th of Crescent Sin and 11th of Crescent Sin, there are references to the light bearers, and in one evening, in the time you're spending, you would figure out that, and it would be quite chilling. It seems as if, because you guys have kind of thrown around these ideas before, it doesn't seem like Jagged Filtria is a thrall, is controlled by this cult. It seems like she is a active and willing member of the cult. Yeah, so that's a bit of a revelation. The entry that involves her has them going down and meeting with Sartre's Farlin, with her and Charisse at the altar, placing their medallions in the altar. There's reference to other members in different places that are not in Sea Spray, but everything has like code names and so on, and you're just starting to figure them out. There is one other major cult figure in Sea Spray.
Oh god, it's the name, isn't it?
It's called Madougali.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't recognize. You certainly wouldn't recognize the name or the code name around it, but you would recognize a name that comes up in connection to it, and the name is Abaris Usani. But you'd know that he's not in the cult, but this figure is controlling him, not by his blood, but through some other connection. But he is being influenced by this last member of the cult.
It's gonna be the Baroness, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, Morrigan begins to break the cipher and figure things out. The cult seems far-reaching, powerful. There's another member in Sea Spray. There's members further afield. They seem to want to gain power, hold power over things, and it seems like Filtria is an active and willing member of the cult. As Morrigan spends more time or more evenings working with the journal, you'll gain more information. But the teleportation circle does not activate.
Yeah.
Let's...
That was a lot. Jagged Filcher being a willing member? I suppose we kind of just didn't really want to accept it, I guess.
Do you think they're trying to get more power through the Sky Singers? Because, that kind of controls where everyone lives.
Maybe. It's kind of scary if they are.
Well, we better find her and then find Filtria, because who knows what she's done to the rest of the light bearers.
What other cities does it mention that these cult members live in?
Crucible is mentioned many times, kind of as a main focus. But also Discovery, which you all know to be a thriving kind of port town. Much more. So whereas Sea Spray is this kind of tourist attraction, Discovery is more practical and functional, not industrial, but like a proper functional port town, or port city. Crucible, and then Kale's Haven, which is a center of academic pursuits and magical pursuits further east from Crucible.
What's the next town up that we were going toward?
The Crucible and Discovery are roughly the same, but in different directions. You essentially head north up the coastal road, and then you either go west to Discovery, or east to Crucible. Typically, most people would go to Crucible. But you guys haven't talked about going that far. The plan leaving Lumen was to go to the crossroads and see what happened, figure out what's happened to the light bearers.
The crossroads is on the way to those places, though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's still the plan to go check that bit out first. Do we want to try and figure out? There's one other person that lives here. Do we want to think about that person, or?
Yeah.
Try?
I think we need to...
I don't know who it is, though.
Well, we need to get to Abaris Usani and convince him to tell us who it is.
What happens if it is Abaris Usani?
Well, it seemed to imply it wasn't, right? In the text.
Well, I didn't decode it, so I don't know.
What about if it goes all the way up? What about if it's the Baroness? Might not be. I hope not.
Well, I've got a few more things to do in Sea Spray, so I suppose we can stick around for a while if that's what we want to do.
Well, it's not really what I want to do, but I feel like we should.
I feel we're kind of at a dead end until we decipher this thing or Charisse decides to reappear.
Alternatively, we
this
could.
cauldron.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But I was wondering if the cauldron leads us out of Sea Spray, do we just leave?
That's what I was thinking as well. I think we should figure out what's going on with that Aberrus first, and then come back and maybe use the cauldron.
I think so. We can at least go and try. And maybe Morgan or Scrick can figure out who it is from the book if we spend another night, maybe, or something.
Maybe we could we broke into this house, maybe we could break into Usani's house and wait for him and then intimidate him.
I'll get my man on it, don't you worry.
If you think they're capable, I guess.
He broke in here, didn't he?
No.
Yeah, he did. He came down the chimney. That's what he said.
Okay.
He left with his swag, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a successful fucking thief.
Okay, well, we have somewhat of a plan, I guess. Should we go and try and do that? Should we do it today?
Can we take the cauldron for a little drive now, see where it goes?
Just what if it leaves, though? What if it leaves Sea Spray?
We can just... Well, why is it just sitting there now? We can,
you can tell it to
stop.
follow and tell it to stop, yeah.
Yeah, just tell it to stop.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, but
we should...
if we tell it to stop in the middle of the forest...
No, we should do that, because she might still be in Sea Spray.
And if it does start leaving the town, and we can just stop it before,
Yeah,
anyway.
no, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
Should we quickly scruff up the teleportation thing?
Yeah, I think so. Then if she tries...
It doesn't take long. You kind of have to dig down a little bit into the tile, but as soon as you start breaking the tiles and such, it disrupts the markings, and Morrigan would tell you that the magic dissipates from the circle.
Yes. Well, do we want to go see Aberrus today?
Well, I think we should follow the cauldron first. Let's do that first.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You command the cauldron to follow, and the little metal legs shift into motion. It starts walking happily out through the doors, and it walks out the front of the house if you're letting it.
Wait, we got some sort of story? Yeah. What are we gonna say if there's someone's like, why is that cauldron walking? Why are you following it? We'll say...
Just say it's yours. Say you found it and or say you built it.
You could say it's carrying all your junk, Scrick.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I know!
You're using it to clear up the city.
Good idea. If we throw all these books in, that'll be convincing. I can say, I'm taking them to be recycled.
And he starts throwing the books into the cauldron.
All right.
Yep.
Cauldron gets quickly filled up with the books, and it starts to walk out. As you come out of your little hidey hole, you notice that it is nighttime now. The sun has set. You are in the late evening. There doesn't seem to be a guard left here. The damage has been done. The guards seem to have left it. Just let that wanker drive by the flat real quick. The guards seem to have left it alone, but you are still on the Gilded Isle. What is your plan? Are you just going to stroll out of here behind the cauldron?
Grick's gonna change clothes
Go see if anyone's looking this direction, I guess. Peek out the door.
You peek out the door and... Yeah, peeking out the door is fine. You don't have to do a check. You would note under the kind of the light of Cena above, there does seem to be an increased guard presence on the Gilded Isle now. Not too surprising after the supposed robbery at a major celebrity's house. You see pairs of Seawall militia kind of patrolling around the Gilded Isle, torches in hand.
There's a lot of guards out there. Should we try and make a distraction, maybe?
Thinking I could stop and start the cauldron, and then we could sell some of these books. That would look convincing. And I say I'm a book peddler. Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's just if they see us coming out of the broken into house.
Well, we'd let the
Might
cauldron
not
go, and we'd
be-
catch up with it.
Yeah. Don't think it's very fast though.
Well, I don't know. How's
It's
anyone
about the
gonna
walking pace of you guys.
Oh, okay.
25 feet.
I'm 20 feet.
Why don't we let the cauldron go? We go out the window and we come back round and meet it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So you're trying to use the cauldron as a distraction.
I don't know.
You guys tell me. So the cauldron walks out the front door.
The only
You
thing
guys
is that
clamber
when I
out
leave
one of the
cauldron-
windows.
Oh, Scrick's gonna go under the books in the cauldron,
Okay.
And then he's like, "You mean you're on the other side?"
This is incredible. Okay, so Scrick's under the
Okay.
books in the cauldron. The cauldron's gonna be told to follow. What are the rest of you doing?
Gonna wait for the girls to be distracted and then leave, whichever way is the best.
Out the window.
Window, door.
Okay.
Whichever.
You will still be. I'm gonna move us back to the overview map for Sea Spray. Because you will still be on the Gilded Isle.
don't worry. Scrick gets caught. He's got a great story.
Because at the moment, the plan seems to be Cauldron comes walking out the front of Sharice's house. You guys climb out the side windows, but you're still then on the Gilded Isle. Unless you wanted
Yeah.
to go down that sewer grating.
I don't think it matters much with us being on the Gilded Isle, though, right? Because they saw us go on it before, and they didn't care.
They did, yeah. They might say, "What are you doing here at night? What's the plan?" Because the reason they were happy with you being on it before was they thought you were going to go meet with a Baroness.
Oh.
In general, this is like a gated community kind of thing.
I guess they could just say we had a really long meeting, I guess. Mm.
Maybe. We just hope they don't ask the Baroness.
Yeah.
We just try and sneak off the aisle into the sewers, right? The sewers were like right there.
You could try and get through the
Yeah,
grating,
yeah.
yeah. It might be a bit of a squeeze for your larger members. But you could try. The cauldron definitely won't fit through.
Scrick's got a plan for him and the cauldron.
I love how Scrix made himself a cauldron mechazord.
Yeah, I guess we'll just try and sneak away while they're distracted, I guess.
Into the sewers.
I don't know, because then Scrick might be left on his own and it's just running. We don't know where he's going to be, because
But Scrick can stop the cauldron.
it's true.
How much of a distance does the whatever it is, the connection go with Dandy? Like, how much of a feeling can I get with him? From what distance?
Let's have a little look-see on the old familiars. Familiar.
Or is it just like a next to each other type thing? Instead of language? I imagine it is.
So which specifically I want?
He wouldn't have put the journals in it
Where are the journals?
on the bookcase, except the most recent one. They're trying to decode.
Okay.
Let's see which one I had.
It can communicate empathically with you as long as it's within 1 mile of you, sharing emotions. It doesn't understand or speak languages normally, but it can gain speech from a familiar ability. You can have dandy feelings from a mile away.
I don't think feelings is going to help with directions.
Why don't we just tell Scrick to just use it and then stop when he gets off the Gilded Isle, and then we just sneak off and then just patrol the edges of the Gilded Isle and then
Yeah,
see
just
if...
tell him where to go, where to wait. Yeah. Like if it starts to leave, tell it to stop. You know.
Yes, could we do that?
So how are you guys sneaking?
Well, do we want to try the grates for the sewers? If you're not going to
Just-
fit, it might be a bit pointless.
Yeah, Celia and Morrigan will struggle to get through the sewer grating.
Can't we just break it?
You could break it, yeah, but it might take a few moments. The guards might notice you. There will be some risk there, just so you know. But yeah, you
How
can
close
definitely
is
break
it? Can we break it from a distance?
it.
What time were we meant to see the Baroness?
She was expecting you for breakfast.
You could just go to the Baroness and say you're late, and then you got a good excuse. Be like, "Oh, I thought it was an all-day invitation."
You could throw
Well, just-
yourselves upon her grace.
We did also think the Baroness might be involved in this, so...
Based on but there's no evidence for that.
No, I mean...
Only that
No,
it's
Aberys
no
is...
hard evidence.
Slightly
yeah,
lesser,
but I mean, it's just throws who to trust into a bit of disarray, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but we still need a distraction from coming out of the building of Theresa's house anyway. So otherwise, because it's been broken into. So if they're like, the guards see us coming out, they're gonna be like, "Well, you broke in there." So we still need that distraction regardless.
Grit could cause a distraction.
Yeah. If he sneaks out of the house by himself, he's good at
He was going to
sneaking.
go out into the cauldron and he was going to start a pitch in the middle of a street selling books. And then the guard are going to come over and you can sneak out when you do that.
Yeah. It depends on if they all come out, I suppose. But yeah, we could try it. But then where do we go? Like, if
Yeah,
we're not
that's
gonna
the
fit
biggest
through a
question.
grating,
We need
You
to...
can jump down into the canal if you like swimming.
or
Primrose could probably jump over the canal.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Probably
maybe
30 feet. Maybe 40 feet.
Yeah. No, probably.
It's
Probably
pretty big.
not that far.
And then there's the 2 bridges. And then there's the sewer grating. 2 bridges, you know, are usually guarded.
I don't know.
Let's just try and break the grate, I guess. I don't think it'll take too much. It's a bloody rusty ass gate.
Yeah, break the grate while Scrick's distracting.
Yeah.
Cool. That's nice and easy. Tools for the GM. I'll have a performance check from Scrick, please. See how much time he buys you.
So, what his plan is dependent on how quickly he gets seen coming out of the house.
Yeah. You're in the cauldron.
Yes.
Pretty damn quickly.
Okay.
The cauldron's not quiet. It's a walking cauldron. It's like clunk, 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 clunk along the ground. So pretty quickly, guards like, "What's that?" I'm running over.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna. He'll wait until they're at the cauldron.
Yep.
And then he'll pretend to be like, "What's going on? Okay, what's going on?" As he's lying in the books, under the books in the cauldron.
So the guards are seeing a walking cauldron And
Yeah.
from inside the walking cauldron is the murmurings of a confused rat
Yeah.
folk. Okay. Yeah, the guards like run up and they're calling out like, "Stop! What's going on? Stop! Halt!" And the cauldron's continuing to
Grick's gonna be like,
walk.
Help me! The cauldron is carrying me off!
The guards then would like throw themselves in front of the cauldron and hold it in place, and it's not that strong, so they manage to do so. One of the
Okay.
guards kind of looks inside, it's like, "It's full of books! Is someone in there?"
Yeah, I mean,
and he puts out a little arm.
The guard reaches in, he's like, "Grab onto my hand, I'll get you out."
this is my day!
This is what?
He said he's been knocked out for days.
Oh, okay. The guard grabs onto your hand and you feel that a strong arm like lifting you up out of the books in the cauldron.
Yeah.
2 of the guards have managed to kind of wrestle the cauldron to a stop. And as you're pulled out of it and they see there's only books inside, they actually tip the cauldron over and put it on its head so that its little legs are just like waving in the air trying to walk forward. The Seawall militiaman addresses you. It's just like, "You're safe now. What happened?"
Just trying to clean up the city. I used to be a book peddler, and my whole spiel was my walking cauldron. But someone kidnapped me, and then there's all this commotion in the house over there, and then I don't know. The wall broke through, and the cauldron just started walking out.
Make a deception check for me. There are so many questions he has immediately. But this deception check is going to determine how long the... Oh, yeah. Very nice. Holy
Nice.
fuck. All right. I'll have an athletics check from Celia, please. As you're breaking the grate.
Okay.
Because of how well Scrick's done, you've got a few chances at this if you need it. No, you don't need it. So, Celia, with seeing how good a job, you see the guards running over to Scrick. They're all fully distracted. Celia, you kind of wave everyone out. You get to the grate and you just reach down and you see that many of the remaining gratings are rusted and loose, and you just snap them up. And everyone is able to kind of jump down and slop into the squishy mulch at the base of the Otyug pit. The mouldering body of the Otyug included, still down there. As you all plop down into the filth one after the other.
There's a loot down there as well.
What's that?
There's the loot down there.
You would see some loot, yes. Some of the things that you recognise not long ago being on the walls of Sharice's house are like scattered around in the Otyug pit. Seems like it's taking time for Evil to shift it. Before I jump back to Scrick, is there anything anyone want to do? What's your plan? Are you going back to the salty Knucklebone? What's the plan?
No, quickly trying to get to where Strick is to see where the thingy goes. But all the way
back
around.
on the Gilded Isle?
No. Up around, like wherever you come off of it.
Okay. Okay, so because the cauldron was walking north out of the house, you'd assume to wait like up at the north exit of the Gilded Isle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. That makes perfect sense. In the meantime, Scrick, you pour your heart and soul into this this act, and you see the guard like well up as you're saying so, and he's just like, "My dad was a bookseller. I know just the pain you felt. Oh, well, please, sir, come with us. We'll take you to the militia house, get you all sorted out, and have to take a full report about this kidnapping. We have to find your kidnapper. There's been a lot of criminal activity over the last few nights. You're one victim amongst many."
Right. Can I just quickly take my cauldron to my inn? It's my whole spiel. It's my whole job. I can't lose it.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. This guy knows how walking cauldrons work. Okay. He looks at the cauldron. He's just like, "Oh yeah, of course. My dad always said you can't lose your unique selling point. Um, I'll escort you back to where are you staying at the Salty Knucklebone?
Yeah, I'm staying north in the.
What's this area up here? The
The Saltcrest Bounty.
is that a shithole?
It's like a workers area. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
residential.
He says staying up there.
Yeah, I'm staying up there.
The guy would give you a bit of a look and be like, "Wow, you really must be on hard times." All right, yeah, we'll escort you there. Lads, get the books back in the cauldron. Turn it back around.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, of course, of course. Right, let's be on the move then, boys. And you find yourself being escorted, given an honor guard of Seawall militia,
He's
as the
gonna
cauldron
be.
continues to walk north.
He's gonna be going quite. Well, he'll keep up with cauldron, but he'll be going as fast as cauldron, just pouring his heart out of how much he's suffered in this house.
Yeah, and I think the guard would eventually be like, "Oh, you stay the night with me. Don't worry about it. It's only a small place up in the north streets, but you're very welcome."
All right.
And on his way, he'd be looking out for everybody.
Yeah.
To see when he can sort of turn around.
Yeah.
I think he'd leave it near the guy's house. Like, and once he's seen him, he'd signal, then go back with the guy.
Okay, so the cauldron continues to walk north. Left to its own devices, the cauldron walks over this bridge and then walks continually towards this bridge, which
Yeah.
works fine for you because you've told the guy you're meant to be staying up here. But it continues to walk north. It keeps trying to head north.
He'd sort of try and tell it to stop.
Okay, so the cauldron stops walking.
Yeah. He'd sort of like peer out for everyone.
Yeah. So
you
stop
see
it.
them?
The guy would be like, "What's the matter? Let's head east. My place is over this way."
All right.
Can he see everyone else? Or not?
It's gonna take a little bit more time for people to emerge. So you get the feeling you need to play for time.
Okay.
But you've got this guy pretty much enraptured with you.
He's
So-
gonna sort of be like, no, stay in my house and just keep. I live in a slum. But just kind of keep walking while the guy's telling him to come back to his house until he sees everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, and you play for time and you ham up the act, and eventually everyone else you do manage to see Scrick currently walking with a single Seawall militiaman who seems to be kind of patting Scrick on the back and comforting him as you see the cauldron kind of stops and starts as Scrick allows it to walk a bit, but then stops it again and so on.
If he sees a house that looks like run down and no one in it,
Yeah.
he'd tell it to stop there. And he'd be like,
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's safe here now.
The guy would be like, "Oh, I have to insist. I can't let you stay here. This place is a shithole."
No, I'll come back to your house, but I want my cauldron at my house, you know.
Oh, right, okay. Can you tell it to go inside, or I
It's
don't know how
alright,
these
my-
magical things work.
My kids will come out and get it.
You've got kids here?
Yeah, but I
Oh,
should
invite them round as well. They can all come round for dinner.
After we're done the
do that.
interview, I'll go get them. Don't worry. I'll be looking forward to a good meal.
As long as you're sure.
I'm
He-
sure I'm a humble man.
He'd like put an arm around your shoulder, and it's just like, as you start walking off, it's like, "Do you believe in fate?" The
I
rest of
believe
you
I
see,
was brought to this city to clean it up.
the rest of you see Scrick walking off with his new best friend, and the cauldron left by this random ramshackle building.
I don't know what to do about this. Sure. Hopefully he can get away by himself.
Well,
But it
he's
seems
sort of
the cauldron's
leading.
going north.
He was making sure the cauldron was safe,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
cauldron's
sure.
definitely safe. The guy's currently leading you off, like, towards the east this way.
Yeah. So I guess we go up to the cauldron once they go over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just leave it here? Somebody might try and take it.
I don't know.
We could let it wander off into the forest. We could follow it and then just leave it somewhere where it's hidden, maybe, and we know where it is.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Because I don't think, as it's going all the way north, I don't think she's still in sea spray. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, I could be wrong.
Maybe we should leave it right at the edge of town, so no one tries to grab it.
Yeah, whichever.
Yeah.
And cover it with plants and bushes and flowers. Nobody will find it then.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
You tell it to follow, and the cauldron starts walking off north, slightly northeast. It kind of crosses the main path out of Sea Spray, and you give it a couple of minutes, and you find an area, a kind of natural dip between two little hills, and you cover it in bushes and such, and tell it to stay where it is.
Yeah, just for now.
And head back towards Sea Spray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, as Skrick walks off with his
Fine,
new
Skrick.
best friend towards the guy's house, and the rest of you head back to Sea Spray with all the new knowledge you've gained and potential twists and turns that they could come from this, we will end today's session there.
Mm,
Nice.
Yep.
God damn.
So
There were
she's-
so many different things that could have happened. You guys figuring out the fireplace was very good for you.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since we have script there as well. It's a bit worried.
Yep. Oh man. But I'll just tell you, because it's so interesting to me, the branching, like, pathways. Evel was on a timer for when he was going to come down the chimney, full stop. So if you guys had spent your time going around the rest of the house, Evel would have come down the chimney, activated the fireplace. The fireplace would have immediately slaughtered Evel. And started setting a light to everything, and the fire would have very quickly gotten out of control, and it would have been about whether you could find evidence quick enough without, like, getting hurt. Also, the house being on fire would have alerted guards to come there, so it's like a completely different outcome to what ended up happening. But as soon as Celia was like, or Natalie, whether it was in character or not, was like, this fireplace might be a trap about burning the house down, I was like, clever girl. And that just completely changed. I was so interested how this session was going to go. Evel's a lot. I can't believe this. I can't believe the character that I made to be like a shit-eating grin, getting away with murder kind of thing. It just worked out completely. Between the two different outcomes of just like dying like a chump to a magical fireplace and walking out with a ton of super expensive swag. He's just walked out of there now. Oh my god.
Speaking of swag, actually, we
Yep.
got some other. I can't remember what stuff we got.
You've got
some
magical
stuff
items,
from
yeah.
ruins, I think.
I've been wondering if people were gonna do stuff with them.
I think we probably would have done that with Thingy and Thingy doing the.
Yeah.
We had them eaten, didn't
I
we?
think you may have identified them already, and it may have been at the end of a session or something, and it just kind of didn't register. But
Did we?
it is a staff of water.
No, I knew that. I remember we had that.
Yeah, so a staff of water, staves or staffs are really cool. And quite.
Oh wait,
essential.
no, I don't remember that. That was from fucking the other campaign.
Yes, they did come up in the other campaign. Let me just check its water. I believe it is. Got it written down. You've got the deployable cover.
I've got that.
There's a staff of water. Yep, it is a staff of water. Which gives you the spout cantrip, which I know you have anyway, but it means you basically don't need one of your daily cantrip allowances to
I
be
need to
spout now.
prepare something else. Which is quite
And
good.
it gives you staff of water, blah blah blah, wave pattern. The smart stuff smells of rain or brine. While wielding a staff of water, you have resistance to fire. That could have come up in that fight. You can activate it to cast a spell. You expend a number of charges from the staff to cast a spell from its list, and it has. This is only the basic staff of water, so it just has first level spells: create water and hydraulic push.
Nice.
And the way staffs work. Is interesting.
Can't believe so many of Scrick's harebrained schemes have actually kind of worked.
Scrick is like, if there was a luck stat in this game, Scrick would be maxed out. He's a fucking beast.
So he's going back to the police place for twice in the same day.
Yep. They went down and did their hunt. Dusk passed. They went down and hunted for the dragon. They were waiting for you, and it's just like, well, guess he's not turning up.
Well,
Down we go.
You know why he didn't turn up? Because he'd been kidnapped.
Kidnapped as a book salesman. Casting spells from a staff. Yeah. So cast a spell and if that's just reading. Use a spell attack.
I'm going to shoot off because I've got to go up at 5. So.
Oh God, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you all. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye bye.